Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Cal Royal number DV91 US3 polished brass door viewer, 180-degree plastic lens, and a bright brass finish. The DV91 is an incredibly common door viewer that you are going to, if you're looking for the one that's not the smallest one, the DV91 would be the one that you want. It's the larger size in terms of 180 degree versus 160 degree. But it still retains the half-inch diameter bore hole, which is nice, rather than 9/16. Capable of doors from 1 3/8 to 2 inch thick, so that's going to work on everything that you're going to need it to work on in terms of 1 3/4 thick doors, is what I'm trying to say. Does not carry a UL listing, though, so be mindful of that. Don't use this on a fire-rated door because it's not listed for a fire-rated application. DV91, US3 finish. Let's take some dimensional properties. Diameter of the outside is 1 inch. Diameter of the inside portion, about 5/8. Give you an idea of what the body diameter is. And again, the bore size is ½ inch. Let's see what this is. Caliper says that's 0.457. 0.457 diameter bore. Minimum dimension that it's threaded down to. Now, if that's going to be on an 1 3/8 door, it's going to be awfully close. I can't get that any tighter. I'm gonna go with a no-go on 1 3/8. There's no way. Must be some machining that's occurred. This order is for 12 of these, so let's check another one. Yeah, it turns out that the one piece apparently that I've got pulled out isn't threaded down all the way. This one's a bit better. And obviously with a very low cost imported door viewer, yeah, there's going to be less than total repeatable precision when it comes to manufacturing specifications. This one's a little bit better. It closes down. Indeed, that's 1 7/16. I would be quite suspect of this actually working on an 1 3/8 door, so be mindful of that. They say it'll go to, and that's the purpose of the video, to discover, one of the purposes, to discover variances between the actual product and published dimensional published data. I've got that threaded all the way out, practically, and it'll get well over 2 inch. So that's where the problem is. Their range is not set correctly on how they're machining these parts. They end up being a little long, end up being a little short, that sort of thing. Plastic lens won't be a glass lens, and I don't think is really going to affect your optics whatsoever. Very nice quality, clean look on the inside. Now, when you're machining for this, the ½ inch bore size, the height is going to be based on the requirements of the application. It's most likely that you're not installing this in a application that requires handicap compliance because it's not fire rated. Meaning, if this was a hotel, that door would be fire rated. If you had a handicap compliant suite in a hotel, certainly that door would be fire rated. This wouldn't be permissible. However, if it was a fire rated application and handicap compliant, and a door viewer was such, then you would install it according. Standard height would be 60 inch from the floor to the center line. A handicap compliant height would be closer to 48 inch. Install the item according to the user's requirements. Sometimes you'll see a home that has 2 door viewers installed. Well, the children live there, and then the grandmother moved in. Well, she's every bit of 5'1", so there's a second viewer installed in the door. The point being, install it according to the user. If you're not obligated to install it at a specific height, but 60 inch would be the standard. When you're drilling this, you want to be mindful not to run a drill bit all the way through the door, because you run the risk of causing an eruption of the wood or steel or fiberglass on the opposite side. There's quite a bit of trim around the outside of the viewer, but not much on the inside. This area here, you don't have very much at all to get away with there. Maybe 3/32 on either side. So what I do is I'll drill a small pilot hole, like 1/8 of an inch. I'll mark my door on both sides. I'll then drill partially through the door on either side, and then I will do the same with my 1/2 inch drill bit. I don't want to come through there, get to the other side of the door, the veneer, and just rupture that out, because it'll splinter, and this trim is not going to cover it, is the point of what I'm trying to make. If you're measuring on either side, be mindful if the door is beveled, you're going to get a different dimension when you hook the tape measure on the edge of the door. Okay? That dimension, if you hook it on the inside of the door, which would be the large side of the bevel, you're going to be about 1/8 of an inch greater than when you measure it on the push side or the opposite side of the door. It'll be really less than, it'll be a pencil line less than 1/8 of an inch. So be mindful of that as well. You don't want to have that hole about 1/8 of an inch off and then try to force this to fit into it. So be mindful of that door bevel. Top of the door down, whatever. Again, it's measured from the finished floor to the center line, but again, install it where it's appropriate for your application. There's a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet where you can review this item dimensionally. The overview of what it is as well. Other finishes available in this item. There are others indeed, and I'm looking at that chart right now. Here they are. Looks like 6 finishes. US 26 for polished chrome, US 2060 for satin chrome, US 3 for polished brass, US 5 for antique brass, US 15 for satin nickel, and then US 10B for oil rubbed bronze. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Cal Royal products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Cal Royal, this is their part number DV91 in a US3 finish, door viewer, 180 degree, or any other Cal Royal product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.